What's up, DC Nation? Welcome back to another video on DC Future States. And today we're checking out Robin Eternal number 2. Now, the last issue ended with Tim Drake and Robin going up against a cyberbot and him dying, right? But when he died, he fell into this Lazarus resin. Now, it brought him back to life. Tim Drake is resurrected, but now he's stronger than ever. He's about to beat the crap out of this cyberbot. And at his side is his old pal Darcy and his love interest Stephanie Brown, aka Spoiler. So yeah guys, if you're ready, let's dive into this issue. Tim Drake gets out of the Lazarus resin. He starts to walk. Now the cyberbot that killed him goes towards Stephanie and Darcy and is going to kill them. But that's when Tim Drake walks behind the cyberbot. The cyberbot looks back. But that's when Tim Drake punches the cyberbot in the head. The cyberbot's head just falls off, guys. It gets removed from its body, and Tim Drake destroys it. With one punch, Tim Drake just decked a cyberbot. Now, that's when Stephanie says, "Robin, you're alive?" Now, Tim Drake stands over the destroyed cyberbot and thinks. He has to focus on the facts. He has to keep going on the mission. He has to stop the magistrates. He has to destroy this Lazarus resin. He can't think about what the Lazarus pit did to Jason Todd, what it did to so many other people, how it made people feel, how it makes him feel strong. Tim Drake clenches his fist. The Lazarus resin is taking over him. But that's when Darcy says, reinforcements. Now, that's when we see all these different magistrate forces come by. They start running, they have guns, and they're about to shoot Darcy, Stephanie Brown, and Tim Drake. Stephanie takes off her hood and looks at Darcy. She says, "Change of plans. We need to figure out what happened to Robin. You know all the magistrate systems, right? Look through the data. See if they research using the serum on people. I got to go cover Boy Wonder's ass." Now, Stephanie helps out Tim Drake go against these magistrate forces. But honestly, he don't need no help. He's destroying them. Tim Drake is literally pummeling through all these different soldiers, like hitting them to the walls and everything. He feels super strong, and he hears Stephanie shouting in the back. Stephanie is calling Tim's name, but he ignores it. For the first time in a long time, he's got it. He's strong. He can keep fighting. Now, we see Darcy. She goes over to a computer. She's trying to research on the computer about the resin, the Lazarus resin, and if it's been tested on people. But that's where her ear module is not working. The thing that helps her hear what people are saying is not working. And she didn't hear what Stephanie told her. But that's when Darcy looks at the screen and she sees Peacekeeper 13 on deck. Now, that's when we see, spoiler, she says, "Robin, we have to work fast. Robin!" Tim Drake is not responding. That's when he takes out these soldiers, but he looks up and he's in another realm, you could say. He's in his mind. And we see Two-Face. What is this? Two-Face? And Two-Face responds, new Boy Wonder. So young, so inexperienced. You really think you can beat me? Now, Tim Drake stands next to Spoiler, ready to fight. He says, "Two-Face, if Batman's dead, Robin and Spoiler are going to make you pay. Fair warning, Spoiler's got a mean job for her size." Now, Spoiler screams, No, I can't. Robin, wearing the cape, it requires so much. Can you really stand it?" Now, so when Timmy stands up tall, he says, This isn't right. These are memories. What's happening to me?" Now, Two-Face gets closer, he gets bigger. He says, "You're just as green as the first time you fought me. You are never strong enough." Now, that's when Tim looks to the side and sees in the shadow, Batman. Batman says, "He's right." Now, Tim then looks to the side again and sees Nightwing and Damian. He's like, "What? What is going on?" Tim is so confused, and he's back in his old costume. Now, Nightwing says, "You? Robin? You're gonna be the one to save Gotham?" Now, Damian says, "As if you could save us, let alone a city, Drake. You're not father." Now, that's when Batman says, "Everyone is incapacitated. Your friends, your family. It's all up to you, and you're not enough. You've never been enough." We see Tim, he just keeps fighting, he keeps hitting these soldiers. But Batman, in his mind, is telling him that he's not enough. He can't keep fighting. We switch back to Darcy. She's on the computer, and she sees the video that explains what the resin, the Lazarus resin, does to a regular human being. It kills them. the effect is death. Now she tells Spoiler, and Spoiler's like, what do we do? Now Tim Drake, he starts getting out of control. Batman's getting his head. Batman's saying that Darcy and Spoiler are against Tim Drake. Tim puts his hands on his head and looks down, grits his teeth. He's trying to fight. He's fighting back against the resin. That's when he points at Darcy and Spoiler and says, the plan is listening to me. We need a solution to destroying the resin. Something that will dilute the compounds. Now, that's when Darcy says, solution. That's it. That's what we have to do. How do you make a solution? I should have thought of that. Robin, we have to crash the convoy into the Gotham River. In order to dissolve a synthetic chemical, we have to dilute it with enough organic matter to render it inert. Now, Tim is listening to Darcy, but Batman in the background says, that's why you brought her, isn't it? She's always so smart. She realized what you knew as soon as you walked in this room and saw the resin. You just didn't want to admit because it meant you doomed Spoiler and Darcy. Now, Darcy continues. We got to go to the control room. Follow me. Now, Tim follows Darcy and Spoiler. They keep going. Now, Tim, he starts to take back control. And Spoiler says to him, Robin, are you okay? I thought. Now, Tim looks. And he thinks for a second. Batman gets in his head. Batman says, she thought you died. Again, she's lived through you dying in front of her so many times, each time more painful than the last. She knows you're the reason for her pain, and one of these days, you're going to be the final nail in her coffin, aren't you? Now, Tim smiles. He says, not if I can help it. So Tim reassures Stephanie that he did die. He's good. She shouldn't worry. Now, they keep walking, and that's when Spoiler says, wow, a giant door, huh? I guess they weren't going for subtle. Now Darcy says, is there a plan? Now Tim says, yeah, take them down, save Gotham. He goes to the big door and opens it slowly. Now, when he walks in, Peacekeeper number 13 stands with his guards. Peacekeeper number 13 says, welcome, Robin. You put on an impressive show. Thank you for being our guinea pig. We knew someone would come for the Lazarus resin. We will cut into your dead body, see what it does to a human. Peacekeeper 01 will be pleased. Now, Batman Tim's head says, he's lying. He's upset you tried to destroy the resin. Are you going to let him taunt you like this? Perhaps you don't deserve to be the son of the bats. Now, Tim shouts, stay back. I'll take care of them. Now, Darcy says, Robin, no. Now, Tim charges at Peacekeeper number 13. He takes down the different guards in front. Now, Darcy looks back at Spoiler. She says, Spoiler, I can help stop the convoy. Whatever communication system they're using messes with my ear module. I can use it to disrupt the autopilot and get the convoy off course. Now, Spoiler says, great, shut off the autopilot and set a course for the river. Whatever the resin is doing to Robin, it's getting worse. We see these soldiers get thrown into the wall. Now, Tim goes up to Peacekeeper number 13. And before Tim attacks Peacekeeper number 13, he grabs one of the guards and puts him in a choke. Now, Peacekeeper number 13 says, look at you. Magnificent. With your bare hands, you're able to take down a highly trained operative. Now, Spoiler looks at Tim. She says, Robin, stop. Tim is about to kill someone. He thinks for a second. Batman says, back off, Spoiler. And Tim says, back off, Spoiler. Spoiler responds, Tim, stop the resin. It's doing something to your brain. You're going to kill that foot soldier. You never do that. That's not what Batman taught you. We can fix this together. Now, Batman says, she is weak. She has always been weak. She doesn't know what you have to do to keep her safe. Now, Tim says, you don't understand. No one does. No one has ever understand what I have to do. I have to. Now, Spoiler walks forward. She says, you can't protect everyone on your own. Let us help you. Let me help you. Now, that's when we see a soldier. The soldier grabs Spoiler and starts to put her in these handcuffs. Now, Spoiler says, get off me. Robin. That's when Batman grabs onto Darcy and says, they're distractions, Robin. They always have been. You know the true mission. The real reason you came to this convoy. You must kill me. It's the only way you'll be free. Now, it's revealed that basically Batman and Peacekeeper number 13 are the same person. Because Batman is inside Tim's head, so he thinks he's fighting Batman. Now, Peacekeeper number 13 actually thinks that Tim should join the magistrates. Peacekeeper 01 would be pleased with that. He thinks that Tim has a lot of potential. Now he says, you want what the magistrate wants, to protect. Join with Peacekeeper 01, and you can protect those you love. Now, Tim snaps out of it. He snaps out of the control of the resin. He realizes he's fighting Peacekeeper 013, and he punches him in the face. You're a crack. Now, Peacekeeper 013 falls to the ground defeated. Tim looks out. Now, Darcy says, here goes nothing. Now, Peacekeeper 013 gets up. He says, you're here too late. They took Spoiler away on the last escape pod. I bagged one vigilante, and when the convoy crashes, I will have killed another. Now, Spoiler is transported off this whole convoy. She's in a ship. And the place she is transported to is the same prison that has Cassandra Cain. So that story continues in the next Batman, number 2. Now, we see Tim. He looks. He sees that the ship is already gone. And he smiles. He says, but nothing can kill me. I'm already dead. So Tim's like, you can't stop me. And that's when Tim grabs Darcy and jumps out the convoy window. You see all these shards just go all over the place. Peacekeeper 013 is left behind. Now Tim jumps long enough and he throws Darcy onto the ledge. She is saved. But that was the last of Tim's energy. He has no more energy. The resin has worn out. He begins to fall. He falls into the ocean. You hear a splash. Now Darcy screams, Tim! She sees that he's gone. She begins to tear up a little bit. Tim might be dead, but we see Tim in the water. He raises his hand. He's alive once again. And that's how he ends Future States, Robin Eternal, number 2. So yeah guys, that was the conclusion to Robin Eternal, written by Megan Fitzmartin and drawn by Eddie Barrows. Now, first off, the artwork by Eddie Barrows is amazing, top-notch throughout. The action sequences, the facial expressions. Like, I really feel like Eddie Barrows knows how to make a futuristic Gotham, alright? And make some dope action sequences. And how he draws Tim Drake is just so great. Like, I could praise Eddie Barrows' artwork all day long. Now, the writing by Megan Fitzmartin is solid, but I feel like it has some problems, alright? Like, I like the whole thing that Tim Drake gets the Lazarus resin, he gets stronger, and he's kind of tempted by just, like, giving into the resin a little bit. And you see him fight out against Peacekeeper 013, and he's going back and forth between, is he actually fighting out between, like, Peacekeeper 013, or is he fighting Batman? That was super interesting. Like, the different parallels and the different interactions were really cool. Now, Spoiler was cool. I liked her in this. Darcy was good too. I actually didn't know that much about Darcy going into the story, but now I like her character. But the problem I have with the story is how it was left off, right? Because it was a great story up to the ending. A lot of action, a lot of suspense, but then, okay, Tim then dies again, but he's alive. So he falls in the water, and they do the, the stereotypical, the hand raises out something, like out of the ground or out of the water, pretty much telling us that Tim's still alive. He'll be eternal, which goes to the title of the book, but I just felt like, alright, that's the end. Like, if this was just issue number 2 and there's another issue coming, I'd be like, okay, that's cool. But this is the final issue. That's it. We're not getting a continuation of the story. That's it. He's just done. That was kind of underwhelming for me. Another part of the issue I want to address is Spoiler being transported off to the prison, right? The one prison with all the different heroes and villains, and the prison that she shows up in with Cassandra Cain. Now, if you guys haven't read it, there's a backup story in Future State, the next Batman, number 2, where you see Stephanie Brown in prison with Cassandra Cain, and they plan to get out and find Barbara Gordon and find Batman. That's the whole thing. And this shows how Stephanie Brown got there. But the problem I have is not with this issue or even the issue in the next Batman, like that whole backup story, but in how DC did this. Why have that story, the backup story in the next Batman, happen, right? We read it and we're kind of confused, like, wait, what? How is Stephanie here, but then Robin Eternal at the same time? It didn't make that much sense, but now it makes sense, but now you gotta go reread that. Like, I feel like DC just released all these books at, like, the wrong times. In the whole Flash, Teen Titans, and Shazam, like, those should have been released in a better order. Like, I like the stories in Future States, but it makes it confusing to read where you have different parts of the story released at different times instead of Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. Like, I thought that's how it's supposed to go. Like, you can't be jumping around and expect readers to still be invested. I feel like some people probably got lost. Like, some people probably gave up on Future State because they were lost in the timeline, lost in everything going on. And Gotham is probably the most simple of all of it, and even that's kind of confusing. But I still enjoyed the issue. I still like this issue, and I still like Future State as a whole. But I feel like that was a big misstep on DC's part, like the marketing strategy of it and how they're trying to sell these books. But yeah, guys, I just want to talk about that real quickly. I wanted to address that. But overall, I'm going to give this issue an 8 out of 10. I recommend it. It's solid. It's a good dive into Tim Drake's mindset, his character. We see some great action sequences and some interesting moments. But yeah, guys, tell me your thoughts on this issue down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate from 1 to 10? If you liked the video, give a big thumbs up. New channel, make sure to subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on my next DC Future State video. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.